We ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, here we go. Here we are. And just for the record, I want to be brutally honest. I want to be, I want to do things on my terms. And this YouTube channel has allowed me to do that. So pardon the smoke, pardon the wine, but this is, I plan on being here in a fashion that, I'm comfortable. I don't, have to beat to nobody else's drum except for mine. So here we go. This is just my opportunity to be completely transparent to the viewer, to Panther Nation, to, the people who follow me, to the people who hate me, because I do understand that, especially going through this, it's a lot of people coming out of the woodwork, voicing their opinions about me. That's fine. You have a job to do. This is kind of like a vent session for me as well. And this is nobody to blame but me. I was dealing with a shoulder injury that was ailing me for a long time. Did a procedure that was just supposed to be a temporary fix, came back from it, that didn't work, so got another procedure that was supposed to be the permanent fix. That's what happened this off season. So all my attention has been shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Fast forward to preseason game 3. Everybody's been kind of focusing on like Cam's change his throwing motion. How would that kind of affect, his overall play of the game? And it happened, the unthinkable, so to speak. Something else got hurt. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, it's preseason, there's no need to keep prolonging this scramble, So as I was kind of diving forward, that plant step, I kind of felt it, but didn't know the extent of the injury. And when I got up, I just something don't feel right? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got time, and I knew I wasn't playing. So I just kind of spent that whole week with rehab and therapy, trying to accelerate the whole recovery process or to try to get back to 100%. And this is where I got in my own way, because automatically I thought, I got to play week 1. I can't let my fans down. I want to be there for my team. As week 1 is preparing, we're facing the Rams. And I was so self-conscious of my foot. And we were calling certain plays in practice, and I'm limping. It's an obvious limp. Practice, we talk about practice. You know what I'm saying? And that was practice. Fast forward to the first game of the season, I have a ritual that I do. Just like, the Israelites and walked around Jericho. That's what I kind of do prior to each and every game. I run around the field, in essence, to kind of mark the territory and visualize myself making plays. So week 1, as I'm about to jog around, I realize, I can't run. I can't. I try to jog, I can't do that. So fast forward through the game, and I feel like I'm in the game, but it's like something's missing. I knew things were kind of different when too many people were voicing the same type of concern. It's like, man, are you all right? Is it your shoulder? We didn't see Cam's mark on that game. We end up losing the game. And I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm not able to play this game like I want to. Not only that, we have a quick weekend Thursday night's game versus Tampa Bay. I'm thinking I got to put my stamp on this game. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't run. It's one thing to have the ability to run and not, rather than to have opportunities to run and you can't. I remember scrambling and I'm limping. When I talked to my brother, he was like, bro, you was limping on that play. And you just don't look the same. Man, I've been watching the games and everything's looking flat. Where's the energy at that you usually play with? And I'm saying to myself, I'm like, well, it's hard for me to have energy when I'm hiding something. And I was hiding an injury that I could have easily said, you know what, coach, I don't think I'm ready. Maybe, I need to kind of consider sitting this one out for the betterment. And I told myself last year, before I put myself in jeopardy to hurt the team, I'll just kind of remove myself to put this team in a better situation. Coach came up to me and asked me, are you all right? Are you able to play? You know what I'm saying? And with that Superman title tag, you feel like, no, coach, I'm good. Let me play. But deep down inside, there's that voice that you're hearing. You're not as good as you think you are, but you can keep on getting by. And that's what I've been doing. Been getting by. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, I can do it. But now when you realize that, okay, my foot is going to heal on its own, and it's not healing at the pace that I thought it was going to heal, it's hard for you to push. It's hard for you to plant. It's hard for you to have that firm foundation, as a thrower. So even if somebody's not close to you, you're trying to guard your foot. I don't want nobody to touch it. I don't want nobody to sack me. So all these things are going on in my head in an actual play. For so long, I've played this game one way. I played this game the only way I know how to play. And at this particular point in time, that number one that's out there that hasn't been that same person. I guess that's what this league kind of does. It humbles you. And I really honestly feel like I am being humbled right now. This is where your faith, this is where your belief, this is where you trust even more. I do trust my teammates. I do trust, my training staff. I do trust my coaching staff. If I'm able to get the time off for me to heal and get back to 100%, then I have no doubt in my mind, everything that we want as a team can still be accomplished. I think the thing that put me in so much comfort is knowing that after talking to RV, our head trainer, as well as Coach Rivera and Marty Herney, the GM, I didn't feel pressure. It was as if we understand that we know that you need to get time off. And I think that was so rewarding for me just to hear it, because I was my own worst enemy. There was no way in the world I should have put myself in that position, but I needed to see it though, if that makes sense. I needed to see that, me at 80% is not okay. And when I had to really come down to the realization of what my next move should be, it was clear as day. I need to get back to 100%. From the fourth down call, whether you may thought it was a bad call or not, I felt extremely confident in the call. People are saying, why didn't Cam have the ball in his hands? And I can honestly say, if we had to do a quarterback sneak, if I had to do a quarterback run, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have had to push off my foot. And for so long, I've prided myself to say, well, if I can get 1 yard. Either I'm gonna jump over you, I'm gonna run through you, I'm gonna run around you. And I wasn't able to do neither one. And I think that's the thing that humbled me, is like, Cam ain't the player that he used to be. So my answer to that is, just wait. This is the ultimate team sport, and I want to be the best player for this team. And right now, I cannot be the best player for this team if I'm ailing an injury that needs time for it to heal. And I think that's the thing that I had to come to realization. I just want to win football games, hell of high water, by running, blocking, throwing, catching. It doesn't matter. I just want to win. And the fact that I haven't won, I think it was a stat that said in 8 games, oh man, I'm about to jump off the edge. But as I get older, I realize that it's okay to take time off. There's been quarterbacks for years, there's been players for years who has this realization with themselves. Looking at those situations also gave me comfort in not rushing back, because I owe it to myself, I owe it to my family, and most of all, I owe it to my team and my fans for them to trust the product that's out there. Oh, that's Cam. That when it's in short yardage situations, that you know it's about to happen. You can't stop it. And there's no way I can physically do that right now in the condition that I'm in right now. So, you know, I've decided that I will take time away from the game. This is me being a bigger person and being real with myself and saying, look, what's the ultimate goal that you're trying to accomplish? Winning the Super Bowl. Okay, if you want to win a Super Bowl, this is the steps that you got to go to. It could very well be a week, or it could be 2 weeks. It could be 3 weeks. It could be 4 weeks. It could be 6 weeks. But the thing that I have to understand and know, if it takes that time, I trust in this team that we will still be in a great situation by the time I get back. And I think having that type of comfort, having that type of trust, it has really rejuvenated a lot of things for me, because it takes the Superman out of it. I really didn't want that mantra to kind of be there, because you feel like you're immortal. You feel like you can't do no wrong. You feel like this big bad guy, but truth be told, I'm human. And I think throughout this whole time, I'm realizing that everybody has to be their best self for this team. And until I'm my best self, I will be fine, comfortable with knowing that there is means to this madness of me sitting out. I gotta be 100%. I'm gonna be of assistance to anybody, especially for Cal, and give everything that I know about this game to them. And I know that they'll be coached right, because Scott does a great job, Norv does a great job, Coach Rivera does a great job at preparing and knowing that it's just about plugging and play by then. The excitement is, if we rolling, I'm 100%, or I'm in, that's really scary, really scary. I can't wait. And for me to make this video of sheer honesty to my fans and to people who really are unsure of what the extent of the injury is, it's that in itself. It's a mild lens, Frank. But for the record, it hasn't been my shoulder. I don't want people to think like his shoulder's still not 100%. And that's the thing that's been extremely frustrating. Is like, okay, I finally do all this work to get back, and now I'm not playing because of a non-shoulder injury. I think that's hard to kind of grip, but we know what type of sport we play in. You know that you're gonna get hurt, but I just know I'm making progress. I'm doing every single thing that, you know, the team asked me to do, and I'm trying to put myself back on that field as soon as possible. But until then, I'm gonna be the biggest fan, the biggest support cast, the biggest cheerleader for the Panthers. I don't have no type of, you know, ill will in my spirit to say I wouldn't want Lovey, Cal, to go out and throw for 500 yards, throw for 5 touchdowns. And you say, well, you ain't threw no touchdowns all year. But it's not about that. It's about winning, man. I don't play this game for personal statistics. I play this game to win. And if we're in a position that we're clicking as a team when I do come back, man, that's what I pray for. You know what I'm saying? I can't stress that enough. You might ask yourself, can you play right now? Yes, I can play right now. But if I were to go out there and play 4 quarters of football in the state that I'm in right now with my foot, it'd be a number 1 out there, but it won't be Cam Newton, what everybody's accustomed to seeing. And I refuse for that to happen, because I've done been doing that for 2 games. And I said, that's not acceptable. It's hard for me to watch film. It's hard for me to go about my everyday life knowing that I'm being held back by an ailment that all I have to do is just do right by it. It's hard to come to grips with that decision or having those, you know, options. But at the end of the day, I just got to get right. I got to get right. And that's what I'm going to do. So just trust and believe that I'm doing any and everything that can kind of speed up this whole healing process, and until the day comes where I can get the confidence to run, cut, jump, plant, you know, have that anchor in the pocket like that I'm used to, I'm just gonna cheer my guys on, man. This is not a comfortable position to be in, but this is a position that I have to be in like I said, for the betterment of this team. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Anything else?